Welcome to 10 Minutes. I'm Tony Scott, joined in studio with me, good friend, Peter Rodney.
Calls me a friend. That's very sweet of you.
Are you recovered from the state tournament?
No.
Your hair hasn't recovered.
I am very tired.
It's okay.
I'm tired, I'm sad, I'm bummed out.
It's over.
Someone has extinguished the fire inside
But there's
me.
still plenty of girls' regions and state to cover.
I know.
At the youth level.
It's not the same, though. Yeah, I'm ready to roll. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're going to manufacture a little enthusiasm.
Let's do our headlines.
All right.
And then we'll pick all of our youth state tournament entrants.
Okay.
12B, 12A, 15A. But before we do that, let's get some headlines. Guess what?
What?
Roseau won another 10A tournament.
Wow, I'm shocked.
And it's almost like a weekly thing on this show.
It is. They did beat a Canadian team in the finals, though.
Yes, they did. Congratulations to them. St. Vital, I believe, 7-4. Steve Preto, head coach for the Rams. Shout out to him for their team. Really good season this year for the Rams. I'm assuming they're done unless there's a District 16 10A tournament that they will go easily through, like hot butter. Hot knife through butter.
Hot butter through a knife.
That too. They'll do that. All right.
Hot butter is melted
Speaking
butter.
of the Northwest region, 12A's, we have a defeat.
We do.
19-game winning streak came to an end. Who won? Who lost?
Fargo. Moorhead. Moorhead tops Fargo. Not the other way around. Moorhead tops Fargo 3-2 in overtime, snapping Fargo's 19-game winning streak.
That's a really hot team, Moorhead, heading into the Olympic region. We'll get to that in just a minute. It's called a tease. In 15A, North Wright County from District 5 wins the District 10 championship on Sunday night over at Fogarty. Congratulations to the
River Hawks. It's hard to keep all those Hawks. White Hawks, Red Hawks.
St. Michael, Albertville, which is, North Wright County, it's St. Michael, Albertville, Monticello, and Buffalo. Right?
It's a solid crop.
They beat Anoka, Rogers, Elk River, Zimmerman. This is some condensing of teams, consolidating of teams. To get that rolling at the 15A level in order to get the teams even, I think that's what you got to do.
I would argue that it's absolutely necessary.
Totally necessary. I could agree with you more. All right. Obviously, you were at the state tournament.
I was.
Edina wins in a thriller, 2 overtime. Olivia Swain gets the game winner in double overtime.
3 goals all regular season. She scores twice at the state tournament.
That's great. Good job for her. Maddie Wethington, an Edina girl who plays for Blake, wins Miss Hockey.
No shocker there.
No shocker. Best player in the state.
Her speech was incredible, by the way. Did you watch her acceptance speech? Oh, she talked about being a role model for younger girls and growing the game, and it was very poised.
I did see she had a tweet, and she had something on Instagram as well. I saw both of those, and it's along those same lines. Calla Frank wins the Goalie of the Year award.
Bravo.
Most deserved award. They got it right. Over 150 saves in section play, and she played her heart out in the state tournament.
She did. Well. She put the Bears on her back.
Yes, she did. On the girls' side, my team, Warroad, didn't quite pull it off.
It wasn't for lack of trying.
No,
though.
They put it down hard. They won. They got through the championship game and lost again to Breck. It's like a bad movie. Right?
Yeah.
You know the ending, right?
You put 40 shots on net, you only get 1 goal. You run into a bit of a hot goalie. Breck's defense kept him to the outside. They didn't get a ton of quality in the slot shots.
What Izzy Marvin said about Uma? She's unflappable. And it was almost like we were predicting the future.
He had nothing but positive things to say about Breck in the press conference.
They fall 6-1. Don't be deceived by that score.
It was more of a
3-1
or 4-1.
But they had definitely separated themselves early in the third period. And even at 3-1, I'm like, this game is over. They're not going to get 2 more goals on Uma in the next 10 minutes.
If you got to pick one team that'll more than likely make their way back to the Class 1A state championship game, probably going to be Breck.
Oh, yeah, and Warroad.
Yeah. There's a bunch of 8th and 9th graders on those rosters. They lose
Kotlowski, which is a big loss for Warroad. But there's not a lot of drop-off after that.
But the fact that they're playing young players like Lila Lankto, I think that's how
She's
it's
an
pronounced.
eighth
She's an
grader.
8th grader, and she skates a regular shift as part of that 4-player D rotation for Warroad, so I think she'll be able to.
Sydney Phaneuf's young.
Abby
Meeker.
Hardwick is young,
They're
Meeker's
all
young.
It's a good lineup. That's gonna be a good team. So I wouldn't
We might
be
have the
surprised.
same
I wouldn't be surprised if
same
we're right
matchup.
back here next year. Although I really think Proctor Hermantown is a team, and Mount West Tonka, both really, they were semifinalists. Both are really young. They'll be good as well.
Do not be deceived by the 11-1 score with Breck over Mountain West Tonka.
No.
Breck's been here before. Breck has more top-end talent than the Whitehawks. The Whitehawks are very young. Will not be surprised to see them make a return trip.
I agree. Are you ready to knock out 3 regions?
God, I
today?
hope so.
Do some predictions. All right, here we go. 15A. We're gonna we'll go USA. American, National, and Olympic. So
All right.
the American at Richfield, I have Edina as the 1 seed, Tonka as the 2 seed, and Wayzata Blue. I'm sticking all Lake Conference here.
All Lake Conference.
I think that's how it's gonna roll out.
In the 15As, I've got Tonka as my 1 seed, Edina as my 2 seed, and then I've got Osseo Maple Grove as my 3.
But how this works for fans new to the Olympic, to the regionals, they do it differently.
A little bit.
A little bit differently because they have to give out 3 state seeds. So they'll do it normally. You have your quarterfinals, your semifinals. But if you win in the semifinals, you're going to state.
Yeah.
It's really weird. And then the play-in game all the way back, you have to win to get to state. So it's a little bit different than the boys regional. All right, on to the national in Richfield. I have North Wright County. You have Roseville. St.
I have
Paul.
Roseville St. Paul as my 1.
Egan, who I saw over in Eden Prairie a couple weeks ago, and Andover. A lot of those girls, carryover girls from the great Andover team from last year on that team. I think they'll sneak in as well. They were 3rd out of District 10, but I still think that's a team that's been there, they're playoff tested. Who do you got?
I don't doubt that, but I've got Roseville St. Paul as my number 1. I have North Wright County as my number 2, and then I have Blaine as my number
the
3.
4th seed out of District 10.
They got upended in the semifinals in overtime, and then I believe they lost to Andover by 1 in the final consolation game.
Blaine's beat North Wright County before. We were there when they beat him, so I'm not surprised. I would be surprised.
I like the Bengals as a sleeper.
And another one that we didn't pick was the Rogers. Was it Oka Rogers, Elk River, Zimmerman? They're still in the tournament as well. We didn't pick them, but they finished 2nd in District 10.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's move on to Grand Rapids up at IRA Olympic region. This is only a 5-teamer. We only got our odds.
Our options are limited.
Really good. But I think we both picked the same.
We did.
Yeah, we did. We duped it. I have Proctor Hermantown Alex.
I also have Proctor Hermantown Alex.
And I just think these teams are seasoned. They've been in the top 10 or around the top 10 this year. I think these are the teams to definitely beat in 15A.
I do not disagree at all, especially with that Proctor Hermantown one.
Let's go down to 12B, and then we'll finish up with 12A.
Okay.
An area that we know really, really well.
Weird sandwich.
In the American at Plymouth, I have Osseo Maple Grove White, Stillwater Red, and Red Wing is kind of my sleeper pick from down in District 9. Who do you have?
I've got Roseville St. Paul as the 1 and 12.
Roseville St. Paul guy.
I like to keep it in-house.
All right.
I've got Stillwater Red as the 2 seed.
Another east side there.
And Osseo Maple Grove White as my 3 seed.
Right.
There you go, west side here.
They did quite well in the District 3 tournament. They swept through it, so that's a good pick as well.
Thank you.
National, this one's down in Shakopee. I have Tonka Black, number 2, number 3 team in the state, Blaine's Spring Lake Park, and then New Prague. An A team that's playing B, those are the ones that are really tough. Like Moose Lake, we'll get to that one in a second. Those are the ones that really cause teams trouble.
Okay.
So
why don't you just settle down there?
I'm just put it out there. Put it out there.
I've got Blaine Spring Lake Park as my number 1 seed. I have Anoka Rogers as my 2, and then I have Tonka Black as a 3.
That Tonka Black?
No New Prague for me.
No New Prague, okay. All right, and then in the Olympic up at the Memorial Building.
Pretty hard to bet against Moose Lake.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough. So we both agree on that. I'm going with the home team Hibbing, getting that 2 seed. How about you?
I'm going to take Alex. I think it's a bit of a toss-up between Hibbing and Alex, but in this case, I'll take the Cardinals.
All right. Now let's switch up to the 12As on our board here. This is the region of death. Okay? I mean, there are 6 top 10 teams. It's much maligned on Twitter, so let's just call a spade a spade. It's a tough region.
Yes.
Okay, there's going to be 3 top 10 teams going home. And I mean, 3 of the top 10 teams are top 5.
Yeah, but I mean, that means you can start lacrosse practice early.
And we agree on Stillwater being number 1.
We agree on Stillwater being number 1.
On Edina being number 2.
Yes, we do.
These are the top 2 teams in the state.
Yep.
And they're in the same region. I think they'll see each other in the region final.
If they do, I like the Ponies.
They'll play for the 1-2 seed. That's how it works.
Okay.
So they'll just be playing for jersey color in the state tournament. Okay. And then we differ on our number 3 seed. I take the true cake eater-ish District 6 team. I take Minnetonka. You take the more blue collar Burnsville Apple Valley.
Burnsville Apple Valley. I like the Firebirds coming out as the number 3 seed.
I could see it. They obviously beat Edina and they got all the way to the district championship game. I still think that they're still a step behind. I think Tonka ends up in the way that format is, where you got to play a lot of games in a short amount of time. I think the depth of Minnetonka will shake.
Do you want to take a bet on who gets an angry email first from someone from Burnsville Apple Valley? Angry email to you for not picking them. Angry email for me for calling them the Firebirds repeatedly.
I don't care. I like that we have good banter with Burnsville Apple Valley, and we appreciate them. For sure. And I can see them making it. There's no doubt about that. All right, let's go to the less severe region.
Less severe. Still tough, though.
Not as tough, but very tough.
All right.
This one's also in Albertville. We'll be at both of these regions. Take one guess who I'm taking at number 1.
Egan.
No. Wrong. One more guess.
North Wright County.
Can't read?
Deuces Wild. North Wright County.
We both take Andover.
We both got Andover as our number 1.
And we both
have North Wright County as a number 2. We do have different number 3s, though.
I can't even read.
Why don't you go ahead with your...
Elk River.
Yeah, go ahead with your wrong pick.
I took Elk River. Elk River has defeated Andover, so I think that Elk River's got the ability to get a 3 seed in this.
And I'm going to take Egan Inver Grove Heights.
That's a good pick. They've been solid the last few years since they've merged the 2 programs or consolidated 2 programs. All right, last pick of the girls. This one is in Crookston. This is the Olympic up north. There's 3 good teams. Mm-hmm. I think teams that have a legit chance to get 2 of the spots.
There are 2 that we have above the rest, though.
Well, we do, but I still think you got to give a shout out to Proctor Hermantown. All these teams have played each other, and they've all beaten each other, it seems. So it can all go down
They're
one
just making it
direction or the other.
so difficult.
But I think we're both going Moorhead Duluth in this one.
Well, I'm going to take Duluth as my 1.
And I'm going to go Moorhead as my 1.
And Moorhead is my 2.
Did you listen to the first part of the show?
No.
Moorhead just beat Fargo, who has a 19-game winning streak. Moorhead is hot.
Wait, what?
They're hot potato, if you know what I'm saying.
That's fine. I liked what I saw out of Duluth. I believe it's the same Duluth team that I saw at the All-American Girls.
Yes,
I think they have a couple of really nice game-breaking pieces.
Izzy Fairchild.
Izzy Fairchild would be one to keep an eye on, so I'll take Duluth as my number 1.
All right. Well, that wraps up our picks section.
Oh, man.
That brings us to the end.
No.
Roasted and our game pucks. Okay? You want to go first on the Boom Roasted?
Yeah. I
mentioned
this gentleman on the Her Eyes podcast, which is now live. There's a Mountain West Tonka dad who I ended up kneeling next to because I was shooting photos during the Mountain West Tonka Mankato East game. Mountain West Tonka was up 3-0. They had the game fairly in hand. They put 70 shots on Andrea Schreiber. But this dad had a coronary about every 30 seconds. Little things like a pass that maybe was a foot off. It was, why would you do that? Why? Dude.
Chill.
You'd chill or seek professional help.
It's just a game.
I bet you're a really nice guy when between games, but oh my
game's
gosh,
over. Yeah.
wow, every other word F, just
Chill out.
calm down, man.
Game. My
Boom roasted.
boom roasted goes out to a Twitter user.
Oh gosh.
I'll call
If you can-
he or she a Twitter user.
Yeah.
And the Twitter user was obviously from Brainerd or Little Falls.
First of all, they have a name that could be male or female, so that's why you said his or
I don't
her.
want to even give that part away, but yes, they do have a Pat or Chris type of name. But this Twitter user referred to the refs being from Edina. That's why there were such bad calls, which was probably the most preposterous thing I've ever seen.
but-
That's not true. Okay, it's just not true. Refs don't fix games. They make bad calls every once in a while, but they weren't out to fix the game, and it was constant lamenting by this Twitter user.
It wasn't just
tagging me, tagging us.
It wasn't just once. It wasn't just twice.
Relentless.
It was half a dozen times.
Relentless.
And quite
Stop it.
honestly,
Stop it.
I love Brainerd Little Falls.
So do I.
A few of those penalties were very deserved.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
some are questionable, but that's not their
That's not their
MO.
thing. I don't,
MO. All right, that's enough of the boom roasteds.
oh man.
Back to the game.
I don't know if I could do this
These will be
without.
fun.
I can't do this
Are
without.
you gonna tear up? Or
I
I'm gonna
might.
go first. I'll go first.
Yeah, I'm gonna cry.
I'll go first. My game puck goes. Speaking of Brainerd Little Falls, this goes out to goaltender Olivia King, who was
Incredible.
incredible in the state tournament. Key reason that they beat Andover, and they were this deep into a game with Edina, and a game, quite frankly, they were completely outplayed in the third, fourth, and fifth periods of
Yeah.
the game, and she held it together and really was impressive, her performance in the state tournament. So my game puck goes to Olivia King. Hopefully there's some college coach out there who was watching and offers her a scholarship.
If
for
they
college
don't, they're
athletics.
out of their minds. I think Olivia King ended up with something like 105 saves on 110 shots.
Pretty good.
Absolutely incredible.
Pretty good.
I'm not going to cry, I don't think.
You're not.
This year, before the season started, the YHH staff made a commitment that we were going to cover girls high school hockey as thoroughly and as effectively as we could. I'm proud to say that I think that we did that.
Yes.
This game puck goes out to everyone who was a part of it, to the coaches who during the preseason were so open to doing really long preseason interviews, 30 minutes on the phone or 30 minutes in somebody's office, to the coaches who were so welcoming during games, who loved to chat afterwards, to the players who were so thrilled to finally be getting some of the recognition that they absolutely deserved. Covering the girls high school state tournament last week was probably the most fun I've had covering this sport in 5 years. It has truly been a wonderful experience, and thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Peter. Thanks to Todd as well for your guys' great coverage. Another game puck goes to Todd for putting up with us during this year's show, but also his unbelievable 1 minute after interviews with famous people. Like
I have no idea how he booked Madonna.
Taylor Swift. I don't know how he
no
gets
idea.
these acts. It's just unbelievable. But Dave Matthews, the whole 9 yards. It was
Dave
good
Matthews
stuff.
is my
And I'm
favorite.
hopefully that everybody gets the shtick and really enjoys how we cover the game and all the information we can download to our girls hockey viewers. For Peter Oddy, I'm Tony Scott. Thanks for tuning in to today's show.